Alright. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Force over here, and welcome back to Ace Attorney Investigations Collection. Today will either be the final episode of Ace Attorney Investigations 1, or it will be the second to final episode, depending on how it goes. So we're gonna go ahead and get started with our case that we were on. So let's go ahead and get started. So last time when we left off, we were right here in the middle of this. So we're gonna go ahead and take care of everything here. These must have been the large green flames Ambassador Paleno saw. With flames like these, it's no wonder he couldn't get in. Hey, by the time you came into this room, had the fire already been put out? Yeah, the fire had died out or something by that time. And this fire in here only burned from the time the fire started on the third floor, until the Yatagarasu appeared and caused a stir in Babel, I suppose. Hello, Daniel Barry, how you doing tonight? I guess Mr. Paulino was just lucky enough to run into this fire as it was burning, huh? Yes, you could put it that way. And since you were the first to discover the body, we can assume that no one else entered the room until that time. No one other than the person you were chasing, of course. I knew it! That person I saw was definitely up to no good. I mean, that person could even be Mr. Potion's killer. That is very likely to be the case. After all, that person came into this room before you. I must have chosen this room precisely because I knew no one would be in here. Okay, then maybe the green fire was where it was to prevent anyone from coming in? But then, what did the person set on fire to make the green flames? Well, whatever it is that person burned, it made a rather sizable fire. And since the fire's green, well, we've seen something that burns green, right? It's a bit tinier than these flames, but you get what I mean. Yes, and I do believe that what you are thinking is exactly why those flames are green. Which fire-related piece of evidence burns the same color as these green flames? I gotta think about this, because if I remember correctly, that would be the silhouette lantern.
Take that!
This silhouette lantern, its green flame comes from the wet crystal oil it's burning. Yeah, that's the fire I was thinking of too. I love the green it gives off. I think we've now established that the green flames are caused by wet crystal oil. Furthermore, we know that there is only one other thing made from wet crystal oil. Oh! You mean that thing Mr. Paulino was mistaken about, right? Yes, precisely. As we found out earlier in our investigation. What? I don't get it. Can you fill me in, sir? Fine, I suppose. I'll explain it in a way that even you can understand. This is the thing made from wet crystal oil that Ambassador Paulino was mistaken about. I gotta think about this for a second because it's been a while since it's been a few days since I last played this. Is it this one?
Take that!
The Bali synth is made from wet crystal oil. Oh! So it should burn the same color as the flames in the lantern, right? Yes, precisely. However, the green flames in this room were not from a bottle of Babali's ink. Because we found the ink Mr. Cochin used on his desk, right? Yes. However, we know that Mr. Cochin was smuggling the ink in massive quantities. Now, what do you suppose he made using all that ink? I believe what he made with that ink is the answer to what gave birth to the green flames. Oh yeah! I'm beginning to really feel the energy coming from you, Mr. Edgeworth. It would appear that I finally found the smuggling ring's real goal. Made of bubbly synth, this is the source of the green flames. That would be the counterfeit bill. What would consume that great of a volume of ink to make? That would be the counterfeit bills that the smuggling ring made and are circulating in Zangfa. You're kidding? You're saying that it was Mr. Cochin who made the counterfeit bills? I am. I believe you could even go so far as to say that he stole Babal's printing press. Ambassador, Mr. Cochin had permission to freely use the printing press, correct? Why yes, and I do remember seeing him use it in the middle of the night. But never did I think he was using it for such a foul deed! Ah. Ambassador, because of your secretary's crimes, you will need to be investigated as well. Yes, I suppose so. We've caused a bit of trouble for a few countries, haven't we? It's my duty to set down all who shielded Mr. Cochin and concealed his crimes. For they are the ones who started the fire in order to destroy the evidence. Counterfeit bills data updated in my organizer. Bills circulated in Zengba, made by Cochin. They were all burned up in Babal. This grandfather clock. It was apparently in a different position before the fire. According to staff members, the clock was flush against the wall before the fire, sir. Which means that most likely it was moved by someone during the fire. Speaking of which, it's totally 11 o'clock now, but I don't hear any chiming. Okay, it's past 11 o'clock Central Time. 20 minutes. By 20 minutes, I'm just saying. Huh? That's odd. They're still chiming right on the dot of every hour this morning. Maybe the fire damaged its internal mechanisms or something? Ambassador Pareto, may we take a look inside that clock? Sure, go right on ahead. Detective Gumshoe, if you could please inspect the insides of this clock. Yes, sir! I'm on it! Mr. Edgeworth, I found this inside, sir! It looks like the wire. So this is what caused the clock to stop chiming. But what was a long length of wire doing inside this clock in the first place? Wire data jotted down in my organizer. A good length of wire that was found and wound up inside Babal's grandfather clock. Why would someone do this to such a valuable clock? It sounds like it wasn't Mr. Palena that put the wire in there. Then perhaps it was Mr. Cochin's killer who did. It looks like all the souvenirs suffered some damage from the fire. I don't believe it! Murder on top of arson? What a disgrace to the name of the Yatagarasu! The faith Yatagarasu is guilty of much more than just theft, it seems. I know! Because if it were me, my first priority would have been to loot this bookshelf! You would steal ordinary souvenirs that you could buy virtually anywhere? You can't buy them anywhere. Each one is specific to a location and has its own value. And items that have memories attached to them are the most valuable of all. But could you really rob someone of their valuable memories just like that? No! Because even if I take the souvenir, I can't take the owner's memories. It looks like one of the Babali's knives was already missing before the fire began. So it would seem. Especially since the other two knives' handles were burned away. The remaining handle was swapped out with the handle from the real murder weapon. And Babal's national treasure was stolen. Poor Babal, don't you think? I'm not sure I would lump the replica statue in with the rest of Babal's woes. So by this time the primitive statues had already been swapped, right? They must have been, as this one is covered in soot. What lousy timing! It just as the two countries were about to become friends again, too! It would have been better if I had stolen it than for it to get caught up in that fire. Okay, I think I understand your sentiment. However, if you were to engage in theft, I can't look the other way, right? Right? If you could please stop stealing my lines. The national symbol of Babal is drawn here. There's nothing especially strange about it. Is it just me or did the butterfly gain an antenna since we last saw it? Even if it did, would it really have any bearing on our case, Kay? It's the charred remains of a fallen ceiling fan. Oh, I've seen a few of those before. They spin around and play music. I believe you're thinking of a musical mobile for babies. Yes, that's it. But they're nothing alike. They're totally alike. They spin those babies right round like a record. I see. I guess I can see how you might think that. So Babal is really pushing their tourism industry, huh? Yes, it would appear that way. You know, I'd really love to take a trip. Hey! Why don't we take one after this case? Do you already have a destination in mind? Well, ideally, I'd like to go someplace where I can continue my thief training. Well, if you want to learn the fine arts of stealth, perhaps you should visit the studio where they make the Jammer Ninja TV show. Hey, that's actually a really great idea, Mr. Edgeworth. I can't believe she took me seriously. The safe wasn't open at the time of the fire. You could tell because the inside wasn't burned, right? Yes, and thanks to the safe's fire resistance, the smuggling evidence was preserved. Aren't safes great? They always hold the wonderful promise of treasure within. Now this one certainly did have a few inside. A fireplace, huh? So the Babal's offices have them too. Two? There's a fireplace in relatively the same location in the Alabastian office. However, we found something there that I'd rather not recall ever again. I still can't believe we found that undershirt in the fireplace. If it was that traumatizing, why don't you try creating new memories with this fireplace? You could climb inside and we could play hide and seek. And come out covered in soot? I think not. You really have no sense of fun, Mr. Edgeworth. Oh, I'm a prosecutor. What did you expect? You can see the Albasian embassy through this window. So where were you when you were investigating over there, Mr. Edgeworth? Ah, you can see it from here. I was there on the 5th floor. That's where Damask 2 is killed. What? You don't mean the Master Mask 2? Aw, poor guy. As a fellow second-generation thief, I can't just turn a blind eye to this. Even though Master Mask 2 is merely an imposter of the original. Yeah, but you don't know that. It looks like a very comfortable chair. Well, it doesn't look all that broken, so why don't you try sitting in it? No, I'd better not. It's very important that we preserve the crime scene at all times. Wait, but you're always touching all sorts of things at crime scenes. That's because I am a prosecutor, and it's a part of my job to examine things. And my job is to be a great thief, which is exactly why you are not allowed to touch anything. Detective, you took part in the initial Babal investigation, correct? Yep, sure did. I also helped put out both fires, sir. But that first fire took me by surprise. I had a tough time escaping the 5th floor. First I tried the elevator, but I guess someone else had the same idea, because it was in use. If I hadn't remembered to use the stairs at that point, I'd have been burnt to a crisp. Wait, that's odd. We always warn our staff that in the case of a fire, it's dangerous to use the elevator. Oh? Maybe someone wrote it in a fit of panic? Detective, did you see the Yatagarasu that came into the Babali's embassy at all? I didn't personally. And the other staff members told me they never got a good look at the person either, sir. I wonder if you could tell me a bit more about what you discovered, Detective. During the fire. The second fire broke out around the time the Yatagarasu was spotted in Ablaze. That's also when a suspicious person was spotted in Babal, which caused some panic.
Hold it!
So no one was able to get a good look at the Yatagarasu that entered Babal? Yeah. All they saw was a mysterious person wearing a long coat. But that's not enough to make a positive ID, you know? Still, it was enough to make the people who received the calling card panic even more. A person in a long coat. Sounds like the exact same person I saw. The Yatagarasu that appeared in Alabast was proven to be just a fabrication, a shadow. In light of that fact, the Yatagarasu that appeared in Babal is also suspect. You can't be serious! That one was this close to capturing the faith. I mean, Callisto, you... Oh, hold on a second. Sorry, I had a, if I remember, just put him in. Let me see. Alright. So the Yatagarasu appeared to cause mass confusion, killed Mr. Cochin, then disappeared. What you saw. By the way, Detective, why did you not chase after the Yatagarasu? I did! But, well... This embassy is huge, sir. I got separated from the other staff members that I was with, and was lost for a while there.
Hold it!
You didn't even memorize the layout of the building you were to guard, Detective? I'll be sure to do that from now on, sir! But you know, it was thanks to me being lost and I was able to come to Kane's rescue. Oh? Is that a fact? Yeah! And it's when I was lost and wandering around in the 3rd floor hallways, sir. When I heard a scream, I headed towards it right away. Oh, that's probably from when I found Mr. Cochin's body.
Yeah, I thought it sounded like her, so I got real worried and ran as fast as I could.
And it was thanks to Gummy that Mr. Shirna wasn't able to take me away. He covered for me until you got here, Mr. Edgeworth. Oh? I see. So he can be useful once in a blue moon.
Still, it's too bad that Agent Shirna got here before I did.
I wonder where Agent Shirna was before you found her here.
Well, just before I got out of this room, I saw her coming out of the room next door.
Agent Shirna mentioned something about chasing Yanagarasu herself earlier.
Well, she apparently helped in putting out the first fire. Then, during the second fire, I heard she was busy chasing Yanagarasu.
She seems to be a very dedicated agent. You would do well to learn from her.
Why are you pointing at me when you say that, sir?
We've examined everything in this office, but there is one thing that bothers me. Perhaps I should ask Ambassador Paleno about it. Ambassador Paleno, there's something I'd like to ask you about. Yes? About this office. It appears to me to be very similar to Ambassador Alba's office. For example, the location of the fireplace and the position of the grandfather clock. Ah, that's right. You've also paid a visit to the Alabasti inside of the embassy. Our two embassies actually used to be one. Yes, I know. Even the pamphlet mentioned that. Which is why the building is brilliantly bilaterally symmetrical. So no matter which room, the location of the fireplace and the light are exactly the same. Even where the art is located is the same, as my room is currently under renovation. We worked hard to make Manny's room look like the ambassador's office. You mean for your handshake photo op with the Jammin' Ninja? Yes, that's right. I mean, what's a photo like that competitive spirit with Alabasta, I take it? Thank you, Ambassador. That piece of information is all I needed to connect the dots. Connect what dots? Well, anyway, I'm glad I was able to get me some help. Hold on, let me check something here. Look at this here, right? It appears that the desk was largely unchanged from before the fire. Yeah, it just got a little burnt, that's all. It's a very fine desk. I'm sure that even now it's still unusable. If it's that great, why don't you trade your desk with it? No. It was just a suggestion. You never sit all non-syllabic on me, you know. So I believe we have investigated everything there is to talk about. So now's where we gotta figure out. I'm pretty sure. Let's see something here. I feel like we gotta figure this out here. The connected fireplaces, Ambassador Alba's office fireplace is connected to the neighboring room's fireplace. Those just used to be one offices. Offices on the two sides are symmetrical. I feel like it's these two right here. Let's see what happens. Yeah! The Alabastian and Barbarese sides of the building are symmetrical to each other. As we know that to be a fact, in this room's in Alabas, the fireplace turned out to have a revolving back wall. A revolving wall? It sounds like something out of a ninja house.
Wow, there was a trick like that in the built-in fireplace, sir.
What? This embassy holds that kind of secret? There seems to be a lot about this room that you don't know about, Ambassador. I guess it's time to pay the bill for letting Manny do so much work for me. Please, I really want to know about the real Manny and what you knew about this room. What are you waiting for, Mr. Edward? Let's get to the bottom of this. Agreed. And my first thought is that it's likely the killer used a revolving fireplace. It looks like just another fireplace though, doesn't it? So, how do you turn it again? In other box, I had to push where the X was on the far wall of the fireplace.
Oh! I see an X back there, sir. Let's see what happens when I push it.
Hold it!
Ah! You scared me, sir!
There's something about this fireplace that lies in contradiction to the facts. Huh? But if we found an X where you thought there'd be one, right? We did, but that's not what I was referring to. Something is missing from this scene. What does this contradiction mean for us? I wonder if you have inspected it. If we push this X mark, the fireplace should turn.
A revolving fireplace wall! That's neat, sir! We should hurry up and...
Wait, detective! There's something we need to examine about this first. Besides which, there's also something I'd like to test.
Like what, sir?
I'll tell you later, detective. For now, let's continue with the investigation. All I see inside this fireplace is starter wood. Huh? That's odd. It doesn't match up with what Mr. Polano said earlier. What is the meaning of this contradiction? Let me see something here. Excuse me. Huh. So I gotta think about this. I feel like the deduction is coming from that particular area with the logs of the fire. That's my hunch right now. Oh, hold on. Okay, I'm back now. Let's see here. See, they're talking about Polano, so anything has something that has to do with them has to be what they're talking about. And we did get his testimony earlier. If there was a fireplace, if that fire was burning, why is there fire starter in there, in that fireplace? So Ambassador Polano, you said that you burned some old files in this fireplace today, correct? Yes, I burned quite a few files this morning, actually. And after you did, you forgot to clean out the ashes from the fireplace, correct? That's right. But why are you asking? And why are you making such a scary face? I'm sorry. I admit I am a bit intimidating when I'm serious. In any case, take a good look at this fireplace and tell me what you find odd about it. Let's see. Huh? Where did all the ashes go? What is the meaning of this, Mr. Edgeworth?
You don't really think that Ambassador Paleno is lying, do you?
No, there is no reason for him to lie. And I don't believe his testimony is wrong either. It is the fireplace that is causing the contradiction. Hey, I wonder if you might update the fireplace data for me. You got it! I'll add in the ashes from the burnt files and... Sounds like we pretty much figured everything out now, huh? So it was nothing. All I did was follow our led us. Oh, I sense it coming on. You're about to dazzle us again, right?
Oh, you mean that? Well, that's what Mr. Edgeworth is known for, you know.
There's really no need for you two to dance around the name of what I'm about to do. So we got 4 more things here. We got renovations, shared location, missing ashes, and revolving fireplace used. So it says it's possible someone used a revolving... Let's try this. Because someone used a revolving fireplace wall, which probably explains why the ashes are missing. Let's try it. Yes! The reason as to why the ashes are missing is simple. It's not because someone cleaned them up, right? No, because even if someone did sweep them up, the fireplace is too clean for that. Ambassador Paleno said that he spilled some bubbly's ink while he was burning the files. And yet there is not a trace of the spilled ink on the back wall anywhere. Well then, I don't know what happened. Well, I'll tell you what happened. The 2 sides were switched. By using the revolving fireplace wall, the ashes were moved into the neighboring room. Which means that this is a clear indication that the fireplace was used. Revolving fireplace wall data jotted down in my organizer. There are signs that the revolving fireplace wall on Babal's side has been used. Then you mean the person I was chasing disappeared from this room through here? Yes, I believe the person you were in pursuit of is Mr. Tochin's killer. And after committing the murder, escaped through the fireplace. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, you figured out the killer's escape route. I have, but this is only the beginning. Now we have to chase the killer down. So, there is something that's interesting here. If you recall, Gumshoe saw Shirna appearing from the other room. So, something makes you wonder about that. So I would say this, then this, and let's try it. Yes! If the killer used the fireplace in this room to escape into the next, then it's only logical for us to talk with the person who is in the neighboring room.
Well, the person that was in the next room was...
Oh!
It was that person, sir!
Yes, Detective. Agent Shihna. Investigation complete. We've got a full bar now. Yippee. It's looking more and more like Miss Shihna was the killer, isn't it? Let's not jump to conclusions yet. We need to go through what we know, so find that it could only have been you that killed Mr. Cochin. I don't have any proof yet. However, I know she is hiding something from us. Okay then, why don't we go ask Miss Shihna herself?
Hold it!
No, not yet. There's something that needs to be done first. Detective Gumshoe.
Sir! Is it my turn to do something, Mr. Edgeworth?
Yes, I have a two-part special assignment for you. First, I need you to run a handwriting analysis on the Mask 2's notes.
Okay, I'll get the lab boys on that right away.
Second, I want you to see if you can fit through the revolving fireplace wall.
Right now, sir?
No, next decade. Of course now! We need to test our hypothesis first, don't we? Go on, Gummy, you can do it!
Alright, I'm gonna do this like a real man. Here I go, through the fireplace and back.
You shouldn't need to psych yourself up that much for such a simple task, Detective.
Wow! The wall inside the fireplace really did turn.
That's so neat! Now I want to try going through there too. There really is a secret passageway through there? I had no idea. It would appear that the ash really was pushed into the other room. Furthermore, the barbarian you seem to be spilled, Ambassador, is there on the back wall.
Okay, here I go, sir.
Hold it!
Detective, I'd like you to go through there under the same conditions as the killer.
Huh? But there's all that ash and stuff.
And your point is? Now we are short on time, so if you could please hurry on through.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now we pretty much have the whole picture, right? No, not yet. There remains a few more mysteries to solve, such as the Yadagara's whereabouts, the other smuggling ring members, the two weapons that made it across the border, the team Miss Yu stole 7 years ago. In fact, we haven't figured out a thing regarding how Miss Yu is related to these embassies. Mr. Edgeworth. A number of pieces connect in a very complicated way, in this case. It's almost enough to make one completely mentally exhausted. What are you saying, Mr. Edgeworth? I thought you were the one who said it was that easy if you follow the leads. Was that supposed to be an impression of me, Kay? If it's info gathering you need, Gummy and I can help with that. Then all you'd have to do is show off your fancy smancy logical deductions. Show off? Does it seem like I'm being boastful when I do that? Admittedly, yeah. I won't sugarcoat it. Sometimes I feel like with how I voice Edgeworth with these moments, it does seem like he's kind of showing off. Let's not overcomplicate matters, okay, Mr. Edgeworth? We've been so focused like a laser on only what seems strange and out of place. It's no wonder nothing's clicked and we haven't unlocked anything yet. But if we think things through calmly, the answer should come to us. Hey. That's the sort of thing I say to myself. When I'm practicing how to unlock padlocks, you know. That is something that I hope practice doesn't make perfect for your sake. Yay! Looks like you're back to your straight-laced self again.
Hey, Mr. Edgeworth! I'm back, sir!
Yes, I can see that. Good work, Detective.
Looks like you can use that fireplace on the doors, sir.
Are you alright, Gummy? No, he's just coughing for dramatic effect.
I'm okay. It's just a bit of ash and dust, that's all.
Your jacket is getting quite filthy. I see the hem has practically turned black.
Yeah, well, quite a bit of the unburned ink got on it, sir.
I see. Thank you, Detective. You did a fine job. I'll even pay the cleaning bill for that trench coat.
What? Oh, no, sir. I could never. This is just my old coat, sir. If it was a coat I actually cared about, then I'd get it cleaned, you know? But, you know...
I see. Very well then, as you wish. So because Toby was able to climb through the fireplace, you know it can be used, right? Yes, but that's not all we learned. We actually learned one other important fact. And that is... I will have to explain it to you later. Right now, we need to deal with the handwriting analysis. Detective Gumshoe.
Yes, sir. I'll be back before you know it.
The handwriting analysis on Mr. Cochin's handwriting will take a bit of time. Let us go and wait in the Theatrum Neutralis, along with Agent Lang and Agent Shihna. I noticed a little bit of a note or something in the fireplace. Something tells me we're probably gonna get. Yeah. Oh, I didn't even notice there was a. Okay, either way. Let's go ahead and get started with the next case, for the next part. March 14th, 11:33 p.m. Theatrum Neutralis Lobby. Agent Lang. Lang Z says, little cubs, never do they know the real fury of the elder wolves. These words are definitively becoming increasingly difficult to decipher. And what does that mean? It means that you'll never really know how angry I can get. Mr. Prosecutor, the counterfeit bills made with Bubbly Singh, they were all on Zenfar denominations. Yes, so I've heard from Miss Von Karma. But we don't know where the play money is gone. They must not have figured out that it was all burned yet. Ever since those things showed up in circulation, my country's economy has taken a big hit. Zenfar is in financial chaos as we speak. Because we can't tell the difference between our own bills and the fakes. But it's not just the money. The citizens are also worried. I've staked the honor of the House of Lang on this, and have come to this land to capture the mastermind behind this whole mess. I investigated how the bills were made and how the ink was smuggled into Zenfar, and I pursued the smuggling ring all the way here. But tonight, this is where the final chapter was written. Despite my frantic efforts to chase the smuggler down, someone got to him first. And now I'm called to return home without a single answer. Agent Lang, don't start. It's not your fault. It's not anyone's fault, Mr. Prosecutor. Ambassador Alba, I'm sorry for all the trouble tonight. Oh no, it is I who should apologize. It was all because I was not strong enough. If only I was able to think of a better solution. Quercus, you fool! Curse your empty brain! You're being too hard on yourself, Ambassador. I take full responsibility for tonight. End of story. Shehna, let's go. Time to return to our den. Yes. I don't like to admit it, but there's not much else for us to do but to go home as well. Agent Lang, a moment. You, Wolfman, and the security lady, hold it! Objection! Pow! Detective Gumshoe, have you got the results of the handwriting analysis already?
Yup, and that note was definitely written by Mr. Cochin, sir.
Just as I thought. Good work, Detective. Maybe this man's gonna get a... You know what? After this case is over, this man deserves a raise. Won't be the first time ever I ever say that, even though technically I haven't said that this whole freaking time. Damask 2's note dated updated in my organizer. Request to steal the primitive statue. Handwriting matches that of Manny Cochin. Hey, Mr. Prosecutor. How long do you intend to hold us up for? Sorry to have made you wait, but I believe that now everyone is finally here. Agent Shehna, I'd like to ask you something if you don't mind. Yes? How exactly did you fail to see the Yatagarasu? When you were in the neighboring room where Mr. Cochin was killed. I'd like you to explain that to us. What? Hey, Mr. Prosecutor. What are you doing asking her about something she didn't see? Agent Lang hasn't touched the Babal investigation at all. So I suppose I would need to explain a few things to him first. Miles Edgeworth, I can't even begin to imagine what's going on in that head of yours. That head of yours. The only thing going on in my head is the pursuit of the truth. Oh? It sounds like you have some sort of plan. Very well, I'll supervise you until the end. Is she seriously going to treat me as a subordinate for the rest of the day? You're not trying to pick a fight with my subordinate on some flimsy tests, are you? I'm not trying to pick a fight, and the evidence is hardly flimsy, as you will see. Ha! I should have known that you and I are destined to fight it out to the very end. It would appear that way. Well, I'll prove her innocence, so let's see what you got, Prosecutor Edgeworth. With pleasure. For my opening argument, I'll discuss the Yatagarasu that appeared in Babal, and establish exactly who it was that Kay saw. Agent Lang, before we continue with this, I'm going to go ahead and take a quick break to make sure that my word burner is going. I don't know why I'm still speaking this in the Edgeworth accent, but whatever. I'll be right back. Okay, I have returned. Let's get back into the game. Agent Lang, I assume you've been briefed on Kay's testimony? You mean the suspicious person in the coat that you saw? That's right. That person. Ace. The person who pretended to be the Yatagarasu. Pretended? And what do you mean by that? I'll get to that in a second. But first I want to review what Kay's mystery person did. Kay, if you could please explain for us what the person you were chasing did. Okay, you got it. I first spotted a suspicious person near the open-air stage on the Ablaze side. I called out to the person, but as soon as I did, that person ran off. I thought it was rather suspicious, so I immediately gave chase. For the sake of argument, let's call this suspicious person the Yatagarasu. Now please tell us what happened when you chased the Yatagarasu up to the 3rd floor. Can do! I chased the Yatagarasu all the way up to the 3rd floor of the Ablaze embassy. It was a pretty straight chase down the hallway until the sudden turn. The Yatagarasu disappeared around the corner, so I did my best to catch up. When I turned the corner, I saw the Yatagarasu run into Mr. Kochin's office. I gave chase and ran into the room. But when I entered the room, it was pitch black. I couldn't see a thing. I felt something on the ground next to my foot, so I turned on the light, but then... I'm not gonna try to fake a scream. Especially when I got my parents sleeping. Who's there? By the time I had turned on the lights, the Yatagarasu had disappeared. When Kay entered the room, the person she was chasing was already gone. Why do you suppose that was, Agent Lang? What do you mean, and why do you suppose? Isn't it obvious? The person slipped out through the door behind the girl under the cover of darkness.
Objection!
Sorry, but I know for a fact that the person didn't escape through that door. Oh? And how do you know that with such certainty? That's easy. If the Yatagarasu had left through that door, they would have run right into this person. Let me think. I gotta think about this for a second here. Who else was right here? Look through that door, they would have run right into this person. My guess would be Gumshoe, because... See, right now, my first guess would be Gumshoe, because he was running right straight to Kay after he heard her scream. So let's try Gumshoe before we do anything else.
Take that!
Nope. Huh? Hey, Mr. Prosecutor, are you sure you're not losing it? I haven't lost anything, and certainly not my mind. Maybe not, but you definitely have the wrong person, or maybe you're just terrible with all that. You didn't need to add insult to injury. Recall the circumstances around Kay's near arrest. There was someone right next to Mr. Kochin's office investigating at that time. Wait a minute. 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 So one Gumshoe. Take a look at who else was there. Definitely not him. Not him. So there's only two other people I could think of. I'm thinking it's either Detective Bad or Agent Lang at this point. Oh, that's right. She was in the next room. So it should be Shihna, actually. I'm an idiot.
Take that!
Your answer is Shihna? Yes, because let's consider what would have happened if the Yonagarasu had used the door. When Kay screamed upon discovering Mr. Kochin's body, the Yonagarasu would have run right into Agent Shihna, who was in the next room over. Agent Shihna, would you mind telling us if you saw the suspicious person in question? No, I didn't see anyone. You see? Therefore, the Yonagarasu could not have escaped. It just means that the creep slipped out before Shihna made it out of the hallway. I doubt that, as there was another person in that hallway. A certain detective. Detective Gumshoe. Where were you exactly at that time? So I was on the right track, just on the wrong person. Alright.
Me, sir? Well, when I heard Kay's scream, I ran towards Mr. Kochin's office from the opposite direction of Agent Shihna, sir.
So, Agent Lang, can you explain how someone could have eluded both of them? Even you must concede that under these circumstances, the door was not a viable route. Way to go, Mr. Edgeworth! You nailed him with just an explanation of what happened. Yes, I've eliminated one of the possible escape routes from that room. But this is far from over. I need to make Agent Lang aware as well of yet another impossible escape route the Yonagarasu could have taken. I get it. So that's what you were trying to show me. Hey, Mr. Prosecutor, let me guess. This is what you're trying to say, right? Because the door was not a viable escape route, then there must have been another way out. Precisely.
Hey, Mr. Edgeworth! It's time to bust out with our revolving fireplace wall explanation, right?
No, not quite yet. Unwisely, the truth may escape us in the end. What's with all the whispering over there? Scared I'll figure out your tactics? Nothing of the sort, Agent Lang. Come, let's continue where we left off. That smug, haughty attitude of yours. You really rubbed me the wrong way, you know that? Well, no matter. I figured you out already anyway. The only other possible escape route besides the door is the room's lone window. And since an eerie picture of said escape route exists, are you saying that this photo to capture the moment of the Yanagarasu's escape? I guess Detective Bad must have filled him in on this photo. I have to admit that at first, but I thought the window to be a possible escape route as well. However, I now know that to be impossible. Now I realize you may not know this, but humans can't fly. Of course I know that! That's bloody common sense! Besides, I never said I thought that photo to be of the Yanagarasu's escape route. I suppose not. Alright then, explain yourself. The shadow in this photo is not the Yanagarasu that Kay was chasing after. You can say whatever you'd like in whatever language you want. But there's only one language I really understand. The language of evidence. Very well then. I present to you proof that the person Kay saw is not the same as the one in this photo. Gotta think about this. Gotta think about this. Because let's think about this for a second here. There were two fires, right? We had two fires going on. Kay was involved with, saw again, in the scenario, the Yatagarasu during the second fire. Here we have two fires. This was taken during the first fire, and what Kay was talking about, she said it took place during the second fire. So...
Take that!
Let me explain to you precisely why the shadow in this photo is not the Yatagarasu Kay saw. Kay spotted the Yatagarasu heading for the third floor during the second fire. However, the photo in question was taken just after the first fire. Yeah, way to go! That's twice you've hit him in the butt now! Praising Kay. We're not done yet! You still have to explain what that shadow is. And how the Yatagarasu escaped. I don't suppose you can answer both, can you? Regarding the photo, I admit that we don't understand what it means quite yet. Ha! As I thought. However, the Yatagarasu's escape route? Now that I can answer. You can? Well then, Mr. Prosecutor, go on! Enlighten me!
Hold it!
Even if I explain it, you'll try to find some flaw with what I have to say. You were busy heading up the Alabastian investigation, correct? In that case, I doubt you'd have much knowledge about the Babali side of the case. So wouldn't it be best if the lead on that side, Agent Shihna, explained in my stead? Ugh! Shihna is my subordinate. If I don't stick up for her, how can I look her in the eyes and call myself her boss? Len, it's alright. I can take care of him. Shihna, you shielded me a lot as my boss. But it's time for me to prove my worth. Alright. If you're okay with it, then you have my support. Finally, it's down to this Agent Shihna and myself. This is where the battle really begins. Now then, what is it you'd like to ask? Let's see. Why don't we start with your movement inside the Babali Simba embassy? Testimony. Shihna's movements. During the first Babali fire, I assisted in pointing out the fire. During the second fire, I was searching for the Yatagarasu that had appeared in Babal. While I was searching, I heard a scream coming from the next room over. Although I was in the next room, I was unable to catch a glimpse of the Yatagarasu. To be honest, I'm actually very skeptical that the girl's Yatagarasu even exists. She says with a wide smile on her face. And that is all I have to say. But I'm not lying when I say I saw the suspicious person run into Mr. Coachin's office. Like I said earlier, I have no intention of retracting my statement. Good. Just to confirm, did you have a partner when you were on your investigation? No, I moved alone. In that case, you have no one to corroborate your alibi. Is that correct? Are you calling her suspicious because she was in a room by herself? How pathetic! And it wasn't when agents did not try to arrest Kay under the same rationale? He can't argue against that because he tried to do that with Kay. And he can't use that argument here. That's hypocritical. And how about when you accused Larry because he was the weapon's owner? Not that it's unexpected for that useless lump to get into such a situation. Although I suppose it's never a good idea to let mistakes go uncorrected. I will make no excuse for what I did in that situation.
Then you should apologize right now for making Kay out to be the killer, pal!
I'm sorry. Shihla, apologize. I'm sorry. It's really okay. I mean, I'm not under suspicion anymore. Right, Mr. Edgeworth? Well, I never doubted you. Not for 1 second. And the same goes for me. I believe in Shihla. Then let's put that to the test and see if she is really worthy of your trust. This promises to be interesting. Rebuttal. Shihla's movements. To the police probably fire. Okay, that's not really relevant right now, at the moment, maybe. Okay. I switched and I heard a scream coming from the next room over. We already know that's the case, so we don't need to question that. Then she was able to catch a glimpse of the Adabarasu. Are you guys ready? You were in the next room. They were using the revolving fireplace wall. How could you not see the Yadagarasu? Being in the room next to Mr. Cochin's office is the problem with your testimony. Mr. Prosecutor, I don't see what problem you're talking about at all. Agent Lang, do you recall the secret we discovered about the Alabastian office fireplace? Huh? Oh, you mean how it connects the office with the room next door? What about it? Well, Alabast isn't the only country with secret connecting fireplaces. What? The fireplace in Mr. Cochin's office holds the exact same secret. What? The Yadagarasi didn't escape through the door to the room or the window. The escape route was through the revolving fireplace wall and into the next room over. Now do you see? If the Yadagarasi had escaped into the next room, then the thief would have run straight into Agent Shihla. Meaning that it's impossible for her to have missed the Yadagarasu. What is the meaning of this, Miles? Well, would you care to explain, Agent Shihla, how you managed to completely miss the fleeing Yadagarasu? Or shall I? Your claim that you were in the next room was a lie all along, wasn't it? The truth is, you were the one Kay saw in the coat, pretending to be the Yatagarasu, and you were the one she chased after. As you tried to lose her, you ran into Mr. Kochin's office and headed for the fireplace. Then you shed your coat in the next room, leaving it there to emerge as Agent Shihla. After that, you came back around to place Kay under arrest. Does that sound about right? If not, then speak now, or forever hold your peace.
How dare you make Kay look like the bad guy when you're the suspicious one, pal?
Shihla? Oh, dude. I literally just had like shivers down my spine just now. Holy shit! That laugh. She's back. I remember this irritating laugh.
Ugh, I'm getting chills down my spine.
It can't be, but it has to be. Shina, what's wrong with you? I'm sorry. It was so funny, I just couldn't help but laugh. Funny, you say? Yes, that you would accuse me of being the Yatagarasu. The prosecutors of this country really are also very strange. Do you think you can get away with this by simply laughing it off? You think I'm taking things so too lightly? I think not. It's that prosecutor who is. Look, everything you said earlier is nothing more than mere speculation. The Yatagarasu fled through the fireplace? Do you have any proof to back up your claim? If you don't, then you haven't proven a thing regarding the Yatagarasu's escape route. The tone of your voice, the tone of voice you're taking with me now has certainly changed. That's because it's been a while since I've had this much fun. I think I'll let loose and then we can have a real battle of wits. For an agent of Interpol to show me the true power of her mind, it is a great honor. Don't underestimate me. I'm not some foolish broad, you know. I know. And that is why I won't hold anything back either as I answer your question. My question? Here's your proof that the revolving fireplace wall in Babal was used recently. Oh man, this is I love this music! Yes! See, alright, so let's talk about this for a second, alright? While the Announce the Truth music is playing in the background. We heard earlier from Ambassador, from the Ambassador that, as I was saying, he was burning files in the fireplace. So, and it was earlier in the day too. So,
Take that!
I'm sorry, but is this really your honest answer to my question? Yes. According to Ambassador Paleto's testimony, he said that he was burning some documents in the fireplace with Mr. Kochin. Oh? The ashes of what they burned were left in the fireplace, so they should have been there. However, when we went to investigate the room, the ashes weren't there. Hold it! Why is that a problem? Maybe someone cleaned them up?
Objection!
Unfortunately for you, Ambassador Palado said that he forgot to. And so the question remains, why were the ashes missing? The answer is simple. When the Yatagarasu went through the fireplace wall, the ashes were pushed into the next room by the wall as well. The movement of the ashes that were in Mr. Cochin's office is my proof. And just what is so funny? Ashes proof? Are you even allowed to submit such flaky evidence in court? I'm pretty sure anything that can be used to make your case can be used as evidence, even if it may seem a little bit far-fetched. You still wish to fight us? Of course. Why wouldn't I? In that case, let's hear your counter-argument. My counter-argument, huh? This is really just like being in court. Well, to me, we're simply continuing from where we left off all those years ago. I have no idea what you're talking about. It doesn't matter if we're at a crime scene or in court. Let's finish this here and now. I suppose. I've had a lot of fun today, but I grow weary of this game of cat and mouse. Let's make this the last testimony and wrap up this absurd case once and for all. Testimony. Sheila's rebuttal. In my eyes, all you proved is that the rotating fireplace wall was used. But you can't really call that proof that the Yatagarasu used the fireplace, now can you? So then who was it that used the rotating wall? Show me your answer with real evidence. Remember, we've already finished our very thorough investigation. And we found not a single suspicious thing in Mr. Cochin's office. And there you have it, my counter-argument. That's very impressive. She has seen through to the fact that I have yet to gather that one piece of evidence.
What is it, Kay? I haven't heard a peep out of you in quite a while now.
If you don't think you can handle it, feel free to leave the rest of it to us. But Kay, pull yourself together. You are the true heir to the Yatagarasu name, are you not? If you want to steal the truth, then you must never take your eyes off of it. This chase you're running to catch the truth. You must see it through to the very end. I love this theme right here. Catch the truth, announce the truth. Go so well together. Sorry, I'm geeking out on what is my favorite announce the truth theme music of the whole series. I'm geeking out about it. I love it. Mr. Edgeworth. You're right. I will see this through to the end. So, you go get her for me, Mr. Edgeworth. With pleasure. Looks like a lack of evidence has left you wide open, doesn't it? Sheila, please, show me you're someone I can trust. Don't worry. This will be the deciding match. You'll see. I'm truly sorry, Agent Lang, but I simply can't allow her to escape me again. Very well then, Agent Sheila. Shall we begin? I'm ready whenever you are. Rebuttal. Shidla's rebuttal. Alright. Alright. Are you sure about that? See, we can present two things here. The wire, because it was found in the grandfather clock. Now we found the grandfather clock, well, the wire in the grandfather clock. They didn't. We also found the counterfeit bills, that was made by Cochin. By Mr. Cochin. So, but let's go ahead and use the wire because that makes the most logical sense to me. Because counterfeit bills were burned, but we did find the wire. So in a way, the counterfeit bills could be deemed as could not be really technically shown because of how they were burned. But the wire could be used because we found it in the grandfather clock literally not too long ago. While you say that you and your agents have finished your thorough investigation, are you absolutely certain that you didn't overlook anything? Well, aren't we full of ourselves standing there insulting Interpol agents? You'd better not be insinuating that my men are incompetent, Mr. Prosecutor. I'd never do that. However, it doesn't change the fact that they did overlook something. I'd like for you to take a look at this length of wire. And what exactly is this supposed to mean? A length of wire? So what about it? I'll tell you what. We found this in the Babalis embassy not long ago. What? And we found it wound up inside the grandfather clock in Mr. Coach's office. You found that? Oh wait, that was Edward talking, wasn't it? And we found it wound up inside the grandfather clock in Mr. Coach's office. You found that? In Mr. Coach's office, there were signs that someone had burned counterfeit bills there. What in the... Ayah! Oh, she's pissed. That evidence was something you found out through that girl's machine, right? So what if it was? Ah, that's what I thought. But unfortunately for you, a recreation made by a machine is hardly concrete proof. Among the ashes you found in the room, did you happen to find any counterfeit bills? No. You see, that there was nothing in that office. Nothing you can call evidence, anyway.
Objection!
I'm sorry, but I seem to have given you the wrong impression. How so? I don't recall saying that I was presenting evidence of any sort, but rather I was pointing out that your investigation was incomplete, and that this throws doubt on the purity of your investigation into the Yanagarasu. You still suspect me, I see. Alright then, I ask that you point out what part of my investigation is incomplete. The other Interpol agents work under the command of Agent Shihla. And is it not possible that the reason the person K was chasing chose the third floor was because that person knew there would be no other agents on that floor? Because they failed to inspect this location.
Take that!
The location, Agent Shihna, is of course the room you claim to have examined. I believe the room next to Mr. Coach's office warrants a thorough inspection. Even if you do that, I doubt you'll find anything of use to you there. I will be the one to decide that. Detective Gumshoe!
Yes, sir, I'm on it. I'll be right back after I check out that room next to the office.
Hey, Mr. Edgeworth. Do you really think that Miss Shihna is the Yanagarasu? Yes, if my logic is sound, I believe she is. Then I'm not going to let her get away with ruining the name of the Yanagarasu. But can you prove she's the Yanagarasu is the question. If Detective Gumshoe can find out what I'm hoping he will find, then I should be able to. And just what are you hoping he'll find? Let's just say this. I had Detective Gumshoe do a little experiment for me earlier. An experiment? As if that detective had the brains for high science. It wasn't that mentally taxing. I had him use the same escape route as the Yanagarasu. And what did you find out by doing that? First, that it's possible for a person to fit through the revolving wall door. Second, that by going through there, his coat was covered in ash and bubbling ink. Who cares what his coat was covered in? It's not worth that much anyway. Ah, but is it really worth so little? I believe that it's actually quite a meaningful result, the value of which I'm about to prove.
Mr. Edgeworth, I found some things you really need to see, sir.
Oh? So what are these things that you found?
Some makeup, a coat, and a pair of shoes, sir.
You found a coat? You hear that, Mr. Edgeworth? Maybe it's the one the person I was chasing was wearing. Yes, the possibility does exist. Agent Shihna, were these pieces of evidence not in that room when you examined it? Unfortunately for you, those aren't suspicious items of any sort. They all belong to me. They were getting in the way, so I stored them in that room. Thank you for bringing them to me. It saves me a trip. May I have them back now?
Hold it!
These items that the detective brought back are incredibly significant. I request that we be allowed to examine them. They're my personal belongings, so you have no right to touch them without my permission.
Objection!
I wish to examine them for the sake of the investigation. But if you wish to deny us access to them, Agent Ryan, let's hear your opinion on this. I say let them look at your stuff, Shihna. Lang! Shihna, let's put it all out in the open. If you're really innocent, then you have nothing to worry about, right? I guess so. Alright, go ahead and examine whatever you'd like. After all, I have nothing to hide. Good. Now let us begin. So which of Agent Shihna's belongings are you going to... Oh, that's, Okay.
So which of Agent Shihna's belongings are you going to examine, sir?
It's simple. Kay was talking about a coat. We gotta bring up the coat, right? Let's examine the coat.
Yes, sir.
It appears you managed to stain your coat rather badly, Agent Shihna. The Yanagarasu that Kay saw was wearing a coat. And I'm beginning to wonder if this stain wasn't created when you went through the fireplace. No, you have it wrong. That suit probably got on my coat when I was helping the police put out the fire. And what about this dark substance around the hem of your coat? Oh, I didn't realize that the hem was that dirty. I'm sure it's just some water mixed with soot from when I was helping with the fire. I don't think so. You think you can get away with such a transparent lie?
Yeah! Don't lie to us, pal! This is the same pattern of dirt that got on my coat when I went through the fireplace!
Your words ring hollow in the absence of evidence, you know. So unless you can prove that the dirt on my coat is from the fireplace, which I can. How? You did a great job, Detective Gumshoe.
Huh? Me, sir? What did I do?
This coat. This is exactly the piece of evidence I was searching for. I had been hoping to find the coat that the person Kay saw was wearing. And thanks to you, we proved that going through the fireplace would sully a coat.
I don't quite know what you're saying, but I'm happy for the praise, sir.
All that remains is for us to show what the dark substance on the coat hem is. Oh? And you think you can do that? Of course I can. This is the dark substance that's only the hem of this coat. It's a no-brainer, really. It's literally a no-brainer. It's the Ablaze ink.
Take that!
Ablaze ink? Yes. This is what will prove that the code went through that fireplace. According to Ambassador Paleno, he burned some files in the fireplace this morning. You told us about that already, so I don't really see the point in mentioning it again. My point is that he spilled some ink onto the back wall of the fireplace at that time. If the dark substance on this coat turns out to be Ablaze ink, it would prove that you and this coat went through the revolving fireplace wall. Ouch! Sorry to have clipped one of your wings, Yanagarasu, but we are not finished yet. But you have no way of proving whether or not this is Ablaze ink on the coat hem. Oh, but I do. And I intend to show how that it is ink in a few seconds. Sorry. How? How, you ask? Well, since you don't seem to know, allow me to show you. This is how I will prove that the dark substance on the coat is Ablaze ink. Touching the coat won't do anything, wearing the coat won't do anything, we gotta burn it. We can find out whether that is Ablaze ink or not by lighting it on fire. That's how you're going to prove that it's Ablaze ink? Yes. If you could please go to section of the darker stained area for me, I'd appreciate it. Because I will show you here and now what the dark substance is. Shihla. Sorry to do this, but I'm gonna have to cut off a bit of your coat. Go ahead. I wasn't planning to wear it anymore anyway. Now then, if someone could loan me a lighter or something. Oh, I've got some matches. I always carry them with me so I can light smoke bombs. Then if I could please have one, Kay, we could get this experiment underway. The flame! It's the same color as the flames witch crystal oil produces. Which means Ablaze ink is a product of witch crystal oil. And when lit, the ink produces a green flame. I believe the time has come to clip the Yadagarasu's other wing. Miss Shirna, you're the fake Yadagarasu. The one who killed my father. It's about time you came clean, Agent Shirna. Or shall I say, Callisto, you? Hold it! Hey, Mr. Prosecutor, you're not serious, are you? Do I look like the joking type to you? Callisto, you? I've never heard that name before in my life. That manner of speech and that attitude, you haven't changed a bit in 7 years.
You're the defense attorney that killed Mr. Faraday and then tried to frame me for it.
Oh, really? And you have proof? You insist that I am this Callisto you woman, but you can't prove it. If you have no proof, then I'm afraid you won't be able to lay a single finger on me.
Objection!
The raven is a very unique bird, one that flies by the darkness of night. However, the light of dawn has arrived, and it will reveal your true ugly form to the world. Enough poetry. I want to see some evidence. Do you really have something that can prove that she is Callisto you? I do. It's something that the second Yadagarasu has preserved for us these last 7 years. Do me the honor, Mr. Edgeworth. I will, Kay, for we have finally come to the end. We'll prove her to be Callisto you with this, and clip the Yadagarasu's wings for good. Question. If Callisto you wasn't even here, how would her perfume get here? Well, Kay safeguarded it, right? So we all know about her perfume, so let's do it. This perfume. This will prove you to be Callisto you. It will? Kay has preserved it perfectly for us. Surely you remember this bottle. This belonged to Miss Yu just before she disappeared 7 years ago. Naturally, this means that a few of our fingerprints are on here as well. This is that bottle of perfume you spilled, which I have preserved ever since. I heard from my father, Byron Faraday, that if stored under the right conditions, a fingerprint could be preserved for decades. Which means that your fingerprints are still on here. Every last one. We can clear everything up if we were to compare the prints on this to your own. Now come, Agent Shihna! Will you submit yourself to a fingerprint test? It looks like you've seen right through me yet again. You're sending the biggest chill down my spine, Edgeworth. Callisto, you! So you've shown your true face at last. This feeling of thrill. It's even greater than that time, 7 years ago. Shihna! You're... Lane. I really enjoyed our days together. You're an insanely strong, nice, kind-hearted idiot of a man. So you were a spy all along? A mole sent by the smuggling ring I've been chasing after? Someone who has been feeding them intel on Interpol all this time? Very good. Maybe you're not as big of an idiot as I thought. Callisto, you, the woman who killed my father 7 years ago. You're her, aren't you? The fake Yadagarasu. That's right. Callisto, you. That's just one of my many names. But even that is just a facade. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am the great thief Yatagarasu. Callisto, you. This time you won't escape, for this is the end of the road for you. Now come along quietly. You know, you're the one who left the strongest impression on me. Hey, Faraday. And had you not used the Yatagarasu's magics, I might have never known who you were. But here you are, being a thorn in my side, just like your father always was. Kay, don't! You! I'll never forgive you for what you did to my father! You really are just like him. Mr. Faraday, too, possessed such laughable honesty. Kay! Ah! You let Kay go right now, pal! You despicable! Let go of me, you filthy... You think I'm a fake, don't you? Well, unfortunately for you, I'm the real Yatagarasu. But that's impossible! My father was the one who created Little Thief. Hey, Edgeworth. The Yatagarasu has 3 legs. Do you know why that is? Why it has 3 legs? There are 3 main reasons why the Yatagarasu will always be 1 step ahead. First, the Yatagarasu always knows the exact location of the target object. Second, the Yatagarasu always knows exactly how to disarm the security system. No, it can't be! Did you finally figure it out? Do you finally know the real identity of the Yatagarasu? The real identity of the Yatagarasu is... a Yatagarasu had 3 legs. Certain people can... To be honest, while Callisto, you and Burn Faraday could do things, there were other things that they couldn't do by themselves. So, the real identity of the Yatagarasu is neither Byron Faraday nor Callisto you. But by the same token, they are also both the real Yatagarasu. How very perceptive of you. No way! The single person known as the Great Thief Yatagarasu never existed. Mr. Edgeworth. No! I refuse to believe this. The Yatagarasu is known to have 3 special skills. Skill number 1. The Yatagarasu always knows the exact location of the target object. And a lawyer would have the opportunity to learn the layout of client corporations. Skill number 2. The Yatagarasu always knows exactly how to disarm the security system. And a good prosecutor would be well versed in the ways of a criminal. And skill number 3. The Yatagarasu doesn't leave a single shred of evidence behind. Ever. Detective Bad! It was only natural, but the Yatagarasu can never leave evidence behind. Because the lead detective on the case Get it all away.
You're the third member of the Yatagarasu?
You. I've been looking for you for a long time. 7 long years, but I finally found you. Why, Mr. Bad? Long time no see. What happened to us? We used to be such a great team. Yeah. Wait a minute, can I... If you were such a great team, then why did you kill my father 7 years ago? Why indeed? It was nothing personal, really. He was just another person I had to kill. How can you say that? I grow weary of this, and it's about time for everything to come to an end. And this time, I won't miss. Stop! You! K! It's over. Shitla. You're late! Agent Lime! You idiot! What were you thinking jumping in front of my gun like that? What are you risking your life for? I'm sorry, Detective Bad, but no matter what sort of past she may have had, or even if she is a spy, it doesn't change the fact that she is my subordinate. And as long as she is, I can't allow any harm to come to her. Not even from you. You really are an idiot, you know that? That's fine with me. You should know by now that this is just how I am. Hey sis. Yes? I want you to conduct a full body search. Shehna might have another weapon on her. Alright. Detective Gumshoe, your assistance, please. Sir! Hey! I found something! What is this, sir? It looks like the blade of a knife, but it doesn't have a handle. This is a great find, Detective. Huh? It is, sir? Let's try tying up this blade with this handle. You know the handle. Let's do it. I believe this blade actually belongs with the handle that was on the murder weapon. Hey! They fit together perfectly! This blade must have been taken from the crime scene where the knife handles were switched. I'm gonna go return this Babalise knife now! Alright. I trust that you'll make sure that it is returned to Ambassador Paleno. Babalise knife handle given to Detective Gumshoe. I believe this makes it perfectly clear who did it. Callisto, you! For the only time the handles could have been switched is just after Mr. Cochin's murder. Which means that you must be Mr. Cochin's killer. You killed Mr. Cochin with the Alabastian knife. Switch the handles, and then took the original blade of the Babalise knife with you. Later, you allowed yourself to be spotted by Kay near the open-air stage. Excuse me. You used the fireplace to lose her, and then you went back to... You can craft an intelligent tale, Edgeworth, but there are two problems with it. Problems? In what respect? What do you think my real reason was in allowing her to chase after me? It was all so I could capture Kay Faraday. What? When I saw you using that device at Greatwaterland, I knew right away that you were Byron Faraday's daughter. I became so curious, so I researched a little into your background. That's how I found out that you were on the trail of the Yatagarasu. So that's why you tried to pin Mr. Coach's murder on me. Yes. I knew you would show up at this embassy tonight. So I thought to use you. But pinning the murder on you wasn't my only goal. You had another? Yes. Once I had you under arrest, I had planned to search you. And take back the device that rightfully belongs to me. The true Yatagarasu. You were going to take little people away from me? 7 years ago, it was thanks to that device that Faraday was able to infiltrate this place. But he stole more than he should have. I had a tough time recovering that precious key. Then the person who stole the Yatagarasu's key was Mr. Faraday? You. That incident 7 years ago. What was the catalyst behind it? In the eyes of the smuggling ring, the Yatagarasu was becoming a bit of a problem. It wasn't an especially pleasant assignment. Then why? Why did you become a member of the Yatagarasu? Why? There is no why. I was destined to betray everyone from the very beginning. From the beginning? What is that supposed to mean? The person I take orders from hasn't changed. Even now, to this day. Does this mean that the leader of the smuggling ring wasn't Mr. Tochin? Then the real ringleader is still out there, pulling the strings. Are you done asking what you need to know? Because if so, we should probably get going. And you're going to tell me everything you did tonight. Do you understand, Shihna? I guess I should tell you then, that I was the one who set the Bubbly Embassy on fire. And why did you do that? I suppose it was to destroy all evidence of the counterfeit bills. That was what the smuggling ring was trying to do? But then why start 2 fires? Sorry, but I can't tell you anything about the ring. It's your job to complete your investigation, after all. I've had my fun. Now it's your turn to enjoy the ride. Wait! Miss Shihna. Yes? When I fell to the floor earlier, these fell at my feet. What about them? They're such pretty hair sticks that I thought, well, that I should return them to you. You can have them. They're of no use to me anymore. If you don't want them, you can always just throw them away. No. I want to keep them. Suit yourself. Oh, that's right. I almost forgot, Edgeworth. About the second problem I had with your story. I didn't kill anyone tonight. What? I'm not saying that as a sore loser. Think of it as a hint, if you will.
Mr. Prosecutor. Yes, Agent Lang. Mark my words. I'm not done here, and I'll be back. And it's got nothing to do with duty or anything, because this has become my personal case. I may have been shot, but I'll show you just how dangerous a wounded wolf can be. His anger appears to have negated the sensation of pain in his injured leg. It's finally over, Kay. I feel like I peered into her heart a little, you know? And it's so cold and dark, and incredibly lonely. The person who was giving her all these commands. The one who thought my father was a problem to be removed. That person is the real ringleader behind the smuggling ring. Mr. Edgeworth, I have a favor to ask. Can you hold on to these hair snips for me? They're really pretty, just like the ones they were selling for the Jam and Ninja show. But until this case is over, I don't think I can look at them without being overcome. I understand. I'll take good care of them for you. See? There's a bit of soil stuck on the end of these snips. Hair snips dated jotted down in my organizer. Hair snips with a tiny stripe pattern on them. There's some dirt on the tips. Oh! I guess it's that time already, huh? So it's midnight. The dawn of another day. Technically speaking, it's nearly 2 a.m. So... Hey, Pops! Thanks a bunch! You really done a lot for everyone all these years. Detective Bad, don't tell me today is the day. Yeah, it is. With this, I can retire in peace. It was down to the wire and we almost didn't make it. But we did it. We solved everything. But that's just it. We haven't solved everything yet. The ringleader of the smuggling ring, you, the Yatagarasu, were chasing after. The legend of that Yatagarasu is now over. Mr. Edgeworth. I feel like I can leave it all in your hands. I'm counting on you. Is it really true, Uncle Bad? Were you also a part of the Yatagarasu? As I said to you earlier, Kay, I'm truly sorry. I wanted nothing but a peaceful life for you. Uncle Bad. Hey, don't take it so seriously. It's all just one big joke, right? Unfortunately, it isn't. Oh, come on, sir. She's just shaking on my chain, isn't she, Mr. Edgeworth? Detective Bad. Wait, no, you are no longer a detective. Mr. Bad, I'd like to ask you about the Yatagarasu. Not you too, Mr. Edgeworth. Mr. Edgeworth. Here. I should give these back to you. These are the pages from my KG8 case files that the Yatagarasu stole from my office. Huh? Wait. What? Mr. Edgeworth, I must apologize for last night. So the Yatagarasu stolen in my room was you, was it? Wait, then that means... What? Tell me it's not true! That's too insane for me to believe, sir.
It's true, even if it's not something you want to hear. The KG8 incident. It was a very emotionally trying case. We stood in that courtroom, Faraday as the prosecutor, and I as the lead detective. Faraday had evidence in his possession that would prove the defendant guilty. However, because it was stolen, the defendant was found innocent. You was the elder sister of the victim in the case. When the defendant was pronounced not guilty, she let out a great wail. That's when we realized that there was a limit to what the law could do. The only way to bring someone like that to justice was to do so outside of the courts. That's what we thought at the time. That's how we formed the Yaramarasu and vowed to bring the light any dirty dealings companies had with the ring, including companies that dealt with the Amano group.
Mr. Amano's conglomerate?
We called ourselves the Yaramarasu and flexed our collective muscle. We exposed all sorts of shady dealings as a warning to the business world as a whole. By doing that, we were able to stop the higher-ups from covering things up. But then, it was finally time. We had finally arrived at the moment when we'd find out the ringleader's true identity. It was then that he literally stabbed us in the heart, and Faraday, he died for it.
But why? Wasn't she the sister of the victim in the KG8 incident?
After Faraday's death, I looked into her past, and that's when I found out that she was a phony. The victim of the KG8 incident, CCU. She never had a sister.
What? Then that means...
Shifna wasn't the only fake name she used. Kalista Yu was also another pseudonym. Frozen from the very beginning, that woman was a spy sent by the monkey.
She said it herself. I was destined to betray everyone from the very beginning.
Anyway, let's return to the real topic at hand. Mr. Edgeworth, this trump card that we stuck onto this page of the case file. Please use it wisely.
Trump card?
That photo that we stuck on there. Try peeling it off. Behind it, something looking some evidence that Faraday hid away all those years ago.
It's the mark of the Yatagarasu. But why?
This is a directives card from the big boss. Take a look at the back. This was something Coaching had on him at the time of the KG8 incident 10 years ago. That blood is from the victim of the incident, Miss CCU.
But why is the card adorned with the mark of the Yatagarasu?
The reason why we called ourselves the Yatagarasu was because of the 300 blazing raven mark that smuggling rings boss used. Apparently, orders from the boss would come on these cards without fail. The person who received the order was supposed to burn it immediately after reading it. And apparently, it burns a bright green flame when set ablaze. So you mean the cards were written in Babylese ink? The fact that the card that Cochin was sent made it into Faraday's hand at all is nothing short of a miracle. We decided that whenever we stole anything, we would send a card along with it to the police. So that's what those white cards are. The great thief that used the mark, and only those within the ring would know. It was our message to the ringleaders, and we were only a few steps behind. Trump card data jotted down in my organizer. Evidence from KG8. Card containing orders from boss of smuggling ring to Cochin. And one more thing. Detective Gumshoe. I'm entrusting this to you.
What is this, sir?
This is what I was talking about earlier. During the KG8 incident trial, Faraday had this in his possession. This important definitive piece of evidence. But I thought it was stolen. How do you have it? The person who stole it from us 10 years ago was a man by the name of Ernest Amano. And he had it locked and hidden away for all this time. But we forced him to tell us where he did it. I'm sorry. But we forced him to tell us where it was finally the other day, the kidnapping case. Videotape data jotted down in my organizer. Evidence of KG8. Faraday had obtained it once, but Ernest Romano had it stolen. This video. What? Don't come any closer! I'm warning you! This is the same video as the one Mr. Portsman was trying to conceal from me. Yeah, it would seem that even he was caught up in the rings when Amano was preparing to take on the bosses someday. And the video was his insurance. That's where that prosecutor comes in. He was to receive the video. On top of that, he was apparently instructed to sneak into your office and steal the trump card. You saw it for yourself, right? The card that told him to preserve the evidence. Then that card was not the common card of the Yanagarasu, but rather a director's card from the ringleader to Mr. Portsman. The two pieces together are dead. It's just a strong weapon for whoever holds them. The evidence Mr. Portsman thought to win without... The evidence Mr. Portsman thought to withhold from me, and the ones that you stole from my office last night. Both pieces are illegal, and for me to use either one is... Whether you use them or not is up to you. But I will be of help to you. When you take on someone who is above the law. Is the boss one of those who cannot be brought to court that Mr. Faraday spoke of? Detective Bad. There's no limit to the law, for it is the people who determine the limits to them. Still have that, just that, even now, you really are something else. I leave the rest in your hands. Now then, the handcuffs. It's time to lock up. The last remaining member of the Yanagarasu. Pops! They'll never look. It was a detective spirit.
Pops! Why is this happening? This isn't justice.
Like I always told you, do not get emotionally involved. Now let's go.
Yes, sir.
Is this really the end of a legend? Well, to put it simply, this may not be the end of the legend. Possibly. But it will be the end of the stream because I am starting to get tired. As if me voicing Detective Bad wasn't any invitation. So I'm going to go ahead and end it there, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode of Ace Attorney Collection, or Ace Attorney Investigations. Next time, we officially reach the finale of Ace Attorney Investigations, Miles Edgeworth. Then we can move on to what is considered one of, if not the best Ace Attorney games of the franchise as a whole, Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trials and Tribulations. Gonna be excited about that one. But for right now, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. And until next time, ladies and gentlemen, this is Forrest Walpole